Begin with breaking news out of Youngstown, and we want to jump right to an NTSB press conference about that gas explosion that killed one and injured 7 others.
Good afternoon, and thank you for your interest. I'm Tom Chapman. I'm a board member with the National Transportation Safety Board. I'm joined by our investigator in charge, Kim West. I want to begin by extending our most sincere condolences to those impacted by this tragedy. On behalf of all of us at NTSB, we extend our sincere sympathies to the friends and families of those victims of this tragedy, and we want you to know that we are very, very sorry for your loss. We are grateful to and want to commend the law enforcement and first responders personnel who participated in the emergency response, as well as the hospital staff responsible for treating the injured. Yesterday, NTSB launched a team to investigate the Tuesday afternoon explosion of a building in downtown Youngstown. The incident resulted in at least 1 fatality and multiple serious injuries. Our investigation is a safety investigation. It is parallel to and will be coordinated with investigations on the part of other regulatory agencies. Here is what we know. On May 28, 2024, at 2:44 p.m. Eastern Time, an explosion occurred at the Realty Tower in Youngstown, Ohio, located at 47 East Federal Street. The building holds a Chase Bank branch, other offices, and residential apartments. Enbridge Gas of Ohio is the surface provider for the area, and the main gas line that serviced the affected address runs in front of the damaged building along East Federal Street and Market Street. Subsequent to the explosion, Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, which is the regulatory authority, and Enbridge Gas gained access to the basement. A below-ground service line that was pressurized but not actively servicing the building was found to be cut. Enbridge Gas then cut off and plugged the service where it connected to the basement. Tests were then run to confirm that the steps to depressurize the inactive service line were successful. Preliminary information suggests that work crews were present in the basement of the building for the purpose of clearing out old utility infrastructure. A possible third-party cut to the pressurized service line is a central focus of our investigation to determine the cause of the gas release and subsequent explosion. Multidisciplinary investigators from NTSB's rail, pipeline, and hazardous materials teams arrived yesterday. This morning, I joined our investigators for a preliminary investigation of the explosion site. The NTSB team is led by Kim West, who is the investigator in charge. Kim is a 3-year veteran of the NTSB with an impressive background and history in both government and industry, all relating to pipeline safety. Kim and our team will examine the areas of operations and integrity management, survival factors, emergency response, and human performance. With regard to this tragedy, we are particularly interested in issues relating to gas line failure and system integrity management, third-party work in the vicinity of gas lines, and emergency response. In addition to our investigators, we have a specialist from our Office of Transportation Disaster Assistance on scene who will be working closely with the families and local agencies to provide support to those involved. Our investigative team will be on scene for approximately 1 week. A preliminary report is expected to be published in about 30 days. Final reports from NTSB take between 12 and 24 months to complete. I also want to offer additional information about the mission of the National Transportation Safety Board. NTSB is an independent federal agency We are charged by Congress with investigating every civil aviation accident in the United States and significant accidents in railroad, highway, marine, and pipeline. We also issue safety recommendations aimed at preventing future accidents. We are closely working with the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, and other federal, state, and local agencies. We are grateful for the support of these agencies. We encourage witnesses or those with information relevant to the investigation, including any video footage, to contact the NTSB by email at witness@ntsb.gov. And let me repeat the email address. It's witness@ntsb.gov. Our investigators will work to thoroughly document relevant evidence and gather additional factual information. Our mission is to understand not just what happened, but why it happened, and to recommend changes to prevent it from happening again. We will not be determining the probable cause of the accident while we are on scene, nor will we speculate about the cause. These are the first steps in a lengthy investigatory process. Once again, we extend our condolences to the families, and we thank the first responders for their efforts. With that, I'm happy to take questions, and if you have a question, please raise your hand and identify yourself and your media affiliation. Yes, sir.
Jack Shea, Fox 8 News in Cleveland. Are you able to tell us what work was going on in the basement and what those workers told you happened?
It's too early in the process. That's certainly one of the things we'll be evaluating. We're hoping to be able to identify the workers and interview them as well and get their perspective.
So there were some witnesses who said that they heard what they thought was a broken line and thought that they smelled natural gas. Are you able to confirm that, and what can you, I guess, can you illuminate that situation?
We do know that the cut line was discovered after the explosion. As I indicated, the representatives of the Public Service Commission, Public Utilities Commission, and the gas company were able to enter the basement. They did find a line that had been cut, and that line was pressurized.
Are you able to, when you say cut, are you able to say if it was a leak, or did someone actually cut through the line?
We'll have to determine exactly what the source of that was, but we do have the line. We do know that it was cut.
And when you said it was inactive, are you able to elaborate on that?
I'm going to ask Kim to elaborate a little bit. Let me take a stab. This was a service line coming off the main line. It was a service line leading to the property, but it was not servicing. It was essentially abandoned. It was not servicing the property at the time, but it was found subsequently to be pressurized, meaning it had gas in it. Kim, did I get that right?
That's correct.
Okay. I'm learning.
You want to address that?
You want to
Actually,
elaborate?
you did very
Did
well.
I? Okay. There we go.
Got it.
I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
So, a line that's not in service, there should be no gas in it, is that right?
Ideally, there should be no gas in it.
So with your experience, is there any way that you can say how that could?
Okay, that was the NTSB giving us an update on the investigation into that gas explosion. And at this point, it appears that they're looking, a big part of their investigation is looking at a possible third-party cut to a service line that was running along where that building is and that bank is.
Yeah, something they discovered after the explosion happened. Just to go back on what happened, one person did die, and we know that was a 27-year-old who worked at the bank, Akil Drake. 7 other people were hurt. Right now, the NTSB, as they mentioned, they are doing that investigation, saying they will be on the ground there for about a week, saying their preliminary investigation will come out in about 30 days, but these things go on for a long time. It could take 12 to 24 months to fully understand the scope of what happened here with that gas explosion.
Yeah, we will have Kai Torque. He was actually at that press conference. We'll hear from him coming up at the top of the 4:30 and get more information about what's happening there in Youngstown.